You got it? Yeah. We'll push it down. Energy, high quality. It's an iPhone.
You're blocking everyone.
iPhones get 720 HD.
I get 1080p.
Yeah, the iPhone 4S gets the 1080p.
Awesome.
You want to explain what you're doing with Storm?
Yeah, okay, so there are a few chemicals I'm going to add here. There's sodium bromide, sodium bromate, sulfuric acid, something called malonic acid, and an indicator called ferrowin. And this isn't a pH indicator like most of them you've experienced by now. It's a redox indicator. It measures the oxidation state of an iron atom there, and that changes the color from this red to blue, depending if it's oxidized or reduced. And I don't remember which one is which, but it's not really important for the reaction.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do a redox indicator later on this year. So.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, they're pretty cool. You know, you can have any indicator for anything. It doesn't have to be pH or redox. It can be anything, as long as you have a significant color change or appearance of something that you can see.
And the geology guy came last week. We learned you could have rock indicators.
That's awesome. Yeah. So here I'm adding the malonic acid first.
How strong is that? Since it's been before.
It's a weak acid. What's the formula for malonic acid? Someone you got that? Or? I don't know. Probably a big one.
I have it. Mark this somewhere?
Yeah, I got it up here. I'm going to throw it over here.
Nice can.
Pretty much getting like half of the screen's your ass.
It's a 3-carbon diacid. Is that too small?
Oh, I see.
I mean, it's visible, it's just not understandable.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if you guys have covered.
I just have no idea what that is.
Oh, this is just a condensed form of writing. Each angle is a carbon, and there's hydrogens filling in all the empty spaces. It's just quicker to write it that way.
Yeah, we haven't done the organic.
I wasn't sure if you had done that yet or not. Anyway, you'll get it when you go to the organic section. So malonic acid's in. Now I'm going to add the sulfuric acid.
I'm trying not to be in the way here.
No, man. That's very good. So we got 2 acids.
Don't know why, but my camera's having trouble focusing.
Mine's not. How much am I getting there?
Okay. Now, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I get like a pipette or something, or a stirring rod that I can use, because I don't want to shake this on the watch glass too much. Sodium bromide. Which is
It's a 2 reactive stainless steel.
Now this is where the first reaction starts to take place. Is after I add the sodium bromate, you'll see some bromide, or bromine actually forming, elemental bromine. You can see that because bromine is like, it's a brown liquid, but when it's in weak solution, it's just a little bit yellow. So
You want to put a white sheet of paper on it?
yeah, that should be best right about now.
That's not blank though.
There's enough space on it.
Oh, that's much better.
Well, it's clear right now. You guys see that on the screen?
There you go. It looks like an amoeba.
That's just the liquid right now. So you can see it forming on there, but I haven't mixed this one on the right yet. So we just have to mix it until the bromine goes away, and then we're going to add the indicator because the bromine destroys the indicator. I'll mix this one. I need someone to just shake this back and forth until it goes clear on the right. Someone with a steady hand.
Okay, do you tape and...
Just back and forth until it's almost done. Just has to get clear. You can smell that?
Yeah.
That's bromine.
Smells nice.
Yeah, it smells just a lot like bleach. You see it's going clear? And then we add the indicator.
It's done.
And
That's pretty cool.
You move it down a little bit so you can you see both of them.
Oh, they're not on the screen.
See that one?
Yeah, just move it down a little bit, that's all.
He's not done yet.
Now just shake it up until it changes color. Hopefully it should go quick.
It's not bad frame rate on the elements.
It goes very slowly once it starts to change, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Sometimes it's hard to get going a little bit. See, this one seems to be working on the left. See, it starts to change blue.
You want to use the silver? Did you?
Yes, I just have to get it. Let's see if this will do anything. I never used the silver before to try to get this to work. Usually you wait till to change color once before you start playing with it, but this one on the right isn't changing. I'm pretty sure I've added everything. You guys see me skip anything there? I added everything to both, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on the right. That's why I did 2, just to be safe. This one on the right's not changing for some reason. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get going, but let's try to get this one in the center so you can take a look at what's going on there.
Yeah, that one's turning like grayish blue.
If you notice, you'll see little rings start to form and just spread out from over there, but let's get it right in the center, and I'll just get this off screen and try to get this to work.
You can zoom in and see it.
It's hard to move it without disturbing it.
This just
Yeah, there, you can see it clearly now. You see it spreading? These are actually traveling waves. They bounce off of boundaries. They interfere with each other, just like all waves that you experience in any other situation. It's kind of weird because it's actually a concentration wave. Not really
See if it's spreading.
you can see it moving pretty clearly now. This is still red. Usually if it's not going, you just add a little bit more acid and get it to work.
What
So.
are we looking at, Storm? Is it electrons moving or?
This is actually, what's happening is the sodium bromide and the bromate react with the sulfuric acid to make elemental bromine. And that elemental bromine reacts with the malonic acid to form bromomalonic acid. And as that happens, the redox indicator gets flipped. But the thing is that the product of the reaction is another bromide ion, but the bromide ion inhibits the formation of bromine. So what you have is a sort of activator inhibitor cycle, which is very similar to what happens in cells with all sorts of things when you have enzyme kinetics. And that's what's really cool about these patterns is that you'll see things called, they were named after Zhabotinsky from this reaction, a shape called Zhabotinsky scrolls, which are ubiquitous in nature. You'll see them everywhere, like the shape of your kidney, the shape of beans, the shape of coral, like everything, all fetuses in the womb, like all sorts of things have this pattern. So it's kind of cool to see how.
Is that to like cool stuff down? Because I know in nuclear power plants they use the same idea to increase surface area.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the application there, but it's possible. I mean, it's all sorts of things. But the main reason that this reaction is important and why it was invented is because it sort of challenges the way that you look at chemical equilibrium. Because traditionally, most reactions you experience, not really sure what I can write. Can you see if I write here, are you guys able to see all that?
Yeah.
If you map the concentration over time of a reaction, usually what you'll see is the reactant will just slowly taper off and then settle out. But when you have this kind of reaction where it inhibits itself and then it activates itself, what you end up having instead of that like exponential decay, you'll end up having like an oscillatory motion. It's like an undamped chemical equilibrium or a lightly damped chemical equilibrium. And that's what's cool, because this will go on for over an hour if you let it go. And you can, there's sort of like a shadow underneath, it's a shame. But you can, using the silver, you can sort of seed it in certain areas and draw a little pattern, and then the waves will emanate from wherever you draw the pattern. See if I can get that to work. It's a little dark underneath. If we had some lighting from underneath, that would be best, but I don't know how we could do that. You just have to see what you can. I mean, you can do this with all sorts of other ions. Instead of the indicator, the best one to use is actually cerium ions, but
The other one didn't start up?
yeah, it didn't start up. I don't know. I couldn't tell why. It just doesn't happen sometimes. But actually, no, I think it is going now.
Just slower, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll move that one in there. This one's going, and it's a little bit bigger, so it should be a little bit easier to see. Let's see if I can get this to go, the silver a little bit.
Oh, look at spread. What does the silver do?
Well, I've never actually tried the silver before, but I have read that it works, and my idea is that well, you have bromide ions, and the bromide ions are involved in the activator
Looks
inhibitor
like it
cycle.
worked there.
Yeah.
When you put that silver down, it's...
And I'm sure you guys, have you done solubility rules yet?
Yeah.
You know, silver bromide isn't very soluble.
No.
So I have a feeling that what it does is it just drops the bromide concentration locally wherever you
Yes, it's
touch the
like-
silver to it, and that should get it going. But I'm not 100% sure if that's the reason.
It speeds up underneath.
Yeah, see right where...
It's definitely seeding in that. Look, it's exactly heart shaped.
Awesome. Great, I'm glad that.
This one worked real well.
That is cool. It's probably from the pendant.
I would call it hard shape, but it wasn't shape.
chemical reactions.
The best
That's
part I
cool
think
as
to
hell.
watch is if you try to follow the edge when it actually bounces off the side, just like a normal wave in sound or light or anything. That's what's kind of cool about this.
Okay, let's get a close-up with that. Let's get that on the screen. And we'll take like the last 5 minutes of video of this thing. Someone videotape this part. I'm gonna put this on the website. Let's move that.
This is the best one I've gotten to work actually.
And it actually started out pretty slow.
Yeah.
All right, let's videotape. If you could videotape that for like the last 5 minutes.
If you've put it